JIT Outsource is a new way of thinking about your IT department. Most businesses fall under one of three categories when it comes to their business networks. One, they have an IT department, or maybe just one person on staff that handles a lot of the day-to-day and user questions, goes desk side, fixes email problems or problems with Microsoft Office, or helps with basic problems with their line of business software. If things get more complicated than end user problems, they usually have to call in more advanced specialists to get things done with servers, switches, and routers that the in-house person or team isn't really geared to handle. The second scenario is when a business hires a firm to manage their network for them, but that firm has become overwhelmed with its other clients and is placing people on the back burner, not calling them back timely, not answering the phone timely, and not living up to their basic commitments as advertised. The third scenario is that a business has a firm they call when things break, either paying them hourly or on a discounted block of hours that they then draw from monthly due to the number of recurring problems they have on a continuous basis. In any of these cases, JIT Outsource helps businesses think about solving these problems differently, more cost effectively, and with a higher degree of competence and incentive to keep problems from coming back. Now, in the first case with the in-house IT department or single person, the day-to-day help that person performs falls under what we term help desk. Many of these tasks can be handled with a phone call or a remote session or just a quick email. We've found that even at this entry-level salary, this person is often overpaid for the work he or she performs. To give an example, even at a decently sized 50-person network, the in-house person is paid, on average, about 2.5 times more than the skill they bring to the table. Plus sick time and vacation, taxes, insurance, and all the added cost of having an employee. Plus, if things get really difficult, you still have to pay extra to another company for the more complicated stuff this in-house IT can't handle. There are some positions where only a full-time person will do, but your IT isn't one of them. JIT Outsource brings an entire team of qualified support experts for a fraction of the cost, and never any sick days. In the second case, when a business hires an outside firm to manage the network, but that firm has become unresponsive and stopped returning phone calls or stopped answering the phone, this usually happens because the chosen firm is not up to the task of handling multiple clients. The owner of that firm has become too overwhelmed and is spiraling downward fast. Our response is to audit those networks to find out where the current firm has fallen short in its management of the network and fix it fast. JIT Outsource has robust processes and infrastructure to be able to scale with your company without ever placing you on the back burner or sending your call to voicemail. The third situation, when a business has a firm they call only when things break or is buying a block of hours from that firm and is using them up regularly, that business never really gets to see the advantage of a stable computer network because the firms they pay are only incentivized when things are broken, not when things are working. In the break it, fix it strategy, the IT company will come out when you ask them to and then charge you by the hour until that particular problem is solved and wait until the next thing breaks, with no incentive to warn you of impending failures. The firms that sell you block hours are incentivized to keep you sick so that you always have a reason to use up those hours. At JIT Outsource, we solve this problem by finding what problems are hiding in the background and solving those problems before they take down the network. Of course, we respond quickly in case of emergency, but you don't pay extra for that. It's all part of your management of your network. And we soak up the costs of emergency response so you don't have to. We're incentivized to keep things running smoothly. There is a fourth possibility. Maybe you have a person who was hired to do something else and instead has to handle everyone's computer questions. Either that person would prefer to go back to what he was hired for or isn't very good at what he was hired for and instead chooses to focus on being a caregiver to your computers. In either of those situations, IT is not that person's strong suit. Then there's the possibility that a business is perfectly happy with the way things are running and performing and doesn't need our expertise, advice, or second opinion. If that's the case, hey, be happy. You're in a small minority out there. But if a business is finding itself in any of these situations, it may make sense to invite us over to talk about the situation and see if we're a good fit. We'll look at 27 different points on the network to see what's lurking in the background. At the very least, it wouldn't hurt to get a second opinion. And the full written reports we provide will be invaluable. I'm J. Colin Peterson, President and CEO, J. IT Outsource. Thanks for watching.